Alrighty, we should be live. We're going to be here for live severe weather coverage as we do have a very significant line of severe thunderstorms that is currently pushing its way through portions of eastern Texas back into portions of western Louisiana. We're going to be watching as this line continues to produce damaging winds and potentially even a couple tornadoes. So buckle up. It's going to be a pretty long stream. I do think that this line is going to continue to intensify, and I think that as long as we do have lots of activity, here and there, we are going to see a pretty prolonged live stream. But before I get things started, I'm just going to pull up stream chat, make sure that, again, everything is working fine with the stream. But if you guys can hear me fine, please do let me know. It's been a while. I don't think we've gone live for severe weather coverage, not just winter storm coverage, but just severe weather coverage. I don't think we've done a stream like this in several weeks, at least. So, feels pretty good to finally be back here. Alright, so let me pull up stream chat here. What's up, Redbird? What's up, Chase? Good to see you. Alright, let me put the stream chat message in here. Alright, let me just put this message in chat real quick and then make sure everyone knows that we are live, and then we are good to go. Alright. Pin message. There we go. Alright, let me put this in the Discord. And also on Twitter. But make sure you guys share this with everyone you know. Again, especially if you know people that are actually being affected by this specific severe weather event. Again, please do send them the stream. Okay, so kind of to get things started here, again, you can see that for the most part, things have been pretty quiet recently. We have had a couple tornado warnings, a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings, but again, nothing out of the ordinary here. So as of right now, you can see our QLCS is moving through portions of eastern Texas. Kind of the strongest part of it here is what's highlighted in our yellow kind of box. This is where we have our one and only, or I believe our one of two severe thunderstorm warnings. This includes San Augustine, Memphis, Pineland, and Center, Texas here. So for anyone in this warning area, again, make sure you are getting indoors and away from windows. Again, we are talking about damaged wind gusts of potentially up to 65 miles per hour with this storm, so we need to make sure that everyone is aware of that. So if you do find yourself within this severe thunderstorm warning, make sure, again, yourselves in a substantial shelter there. Again, if you are traveling on these roadways, maybe ride it out in a gas station or whatever. But this line seems to be pretty strong here, and it is going to get even stronger as we go further into the night. So a lot is going to be happening here in the next several hours, and I'm planning on being live for it. So let me just share the stream to my Twitter account so people over there know that we are live, and we will get right back into things here. Alright. There we go. Alrighty, so, again, going back to things right now, again, quiet for the most part, but that is not only that is not our only severe thunderstorm warning that we are looking at. We do have another one down here near the Woodlands, Texas. If we switch radar sites here, we can look at the Houston radar site. Look how much this part of the line has progressed. I mean, this is looking a lot stronger than it was even an hour ago, but this is very substantial here. I do think eventually we are going to see most of the line become a severe one. I mean, this part of the line definitely seems to be, at this point, potentially even the strongest part. Again, I do think a wind gust up to 60 miles per hour cannot be ruled out, but if we take a look at this warning here down towards the Woodlands, Kingwood, and Hardin, Texas here, again, you can see that this is currently warned for 60 mile per hour winds and penny-sized hail, so it does also have the tornado possible tag. So basically what they're trying to say with that is that if we do get a kink in the line to develop, which is an area of inflow meeting a strong area of outflow winds, and it causes kind of a little bend in the line here, that's where we could have the potential to see a spin-up tornado, and again, those can happen within minutes, so we really need to watch this one closely. But this includes Kennefic, Liberty, Kingswood, Woodstream, Roman Forest, all the way out towards the woodlands out here in Texas. So I mean, just look to the south of this line, though. This is looking gnarly. Again, this is about to impact the Houston, Texas metro area, so get ready if you're in Houston. Right now the line looks pretty substantial at this point. Again, we haven't really seen a huge tornado threat over the past couple of hours, other than just a couple of precautionary tornado warnings. Looks like we do have a little bit inflow trying to develop here. We do have a little bit of a notch. This was our previous previous tornado warning storm. You can see a little bit of weak rotation potentially near Brodus, Texas. Again, this is approaching Hemphill and Pineland, Texas. So if you're off to the east of this area of small rotation, again, this is one of the stronger parts of the storm. Again, they are warning this part of the storm for 60 mile per hour winds. This does not have the tornado possible tag. I would like to note, though, I do think that this, if any part of the line were to produce today, I think it would be this one. This has been the most consistent with at least rotation. Let's see if we got anything up to the north here. Oh yeah, I do see that we have another air rotation potentially. This is up towards Shelbyville and Huxley, Texas. You can see we do have a strong couplet of rotation. This is pretty tight, actually. So again, this is moving pretty much due east. I shouldn't even draw those arrows that far north. This is kind of moving, it's moving like this. So within the next couple minutes, this is going to be sliding south of Shelbyville and Huxley, Texas. So I would not rule out seeing a tornado warning with that part of the storm. So yeah. Alright. If anyone in the chat knows if Levi is live yet, I think he scheduled his live stream. I don't know if he is live, though. Oh boy, our pop-up alerts are not doing good. Hold on. Pop-up alerts. Alright, that should be good for the time being. So let's see if we did get a new severe thunderstorm warning. I think we might have. Let's take a look here. What's up, Andrew? Good to see you, dude. Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, we did get a new severe thunderstorm warning. I freaking called it, dude. I'm crazy. Anyways. This new severe thunderstorm warning does include the the entire metro area and city of Houston, Texas. So if you are in Houston, Texas, you are currently under a severe thunderstorm warning. We have a very strong squall line approaching your area here. So this entire part of the line is about to go right through the Houston kind of metro area. Again, we are seeing a very strong pocket of outflow winds, which is kind of pushing the it's pushing the air kind of underneath the cloud base, and that's how we can also see a shelf cloud with this. So make sure you are getting indoors and away from windows, especially, again, if you're in the Houston, Texas metro area. Right now, this is warned for wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, penny-sized hail with a tornado possible tag. So, I mean, you can already tell there is definitely several pockets of inflow. Oh my gosh, yeah, look at this, near Pecan Grove. We did not even see this moments ago, and boom. We got rotation. Alright, so we already do have rotation developing. This is moving into the Pecan Grove, Sugarland, Four Corners, and Mission Board, Texas area. Nothing crazy, but there's definitely some rotation here. Again, you can see it on velocities. You can see it very well on reflectivity. You can even see a hook echo, a mini hook echo right here. You could call this a notch. And then we got another one down south. Look at this near Rosenberg. This one almost looks even better. Velocity-wise, definitely not. But if we are talking in terms of a tornado standpoint, I'm watching the potentially these two areas of rotation. We have to see if the northern one lines up with any hook echo, and I mean, you can see there's definitely a little bit of inflow trying to poke in the line there. So that's obviously something that we would need to consider watching, at least keeping an eye on. So right now, nothing is imminent, but we're definitely watching it. Also, keep in mind, we do have these prefrontal supercells that are getting going here across the kind of Houston metro area. You can see we got a couple firing off here around the downtown Houston kind of area. These aren't going to produce anytime soon. Now, it really all depends on if they do get swallowed by the line or whatever. But I would definitely just, again, consider keeping an eye on those. Again, when you have a more dynamic storm like this, meaning that you have different parts of the storm that are kind of putting it all together, that can obviously cause some issues, you could say, to come up. Hey, thank you, Andrew, again, for the $100 donation. Dude, that is incredible. I really appreciate it. Spam those W Andrews in the chat. Wow. That is incredible stuff. Dude, that is insane. Thank you so much, Andrew, for the $100 donation. That is crazy. Again, the support is insane. Spam those W's in the chat for Andrew. If we look to the north here, again, we're going back up towards the Splendora, Roman Forest, Woodstream, Kingswood area. Again, this part of the line also is likely producing significant damaging wind gusts. We could even have some rotation trying to develop up here near Splendora and Plum Grove. Again, if anything, this is where it would be located at. We're not looking at any imminent tornado threat with this, but if they do end up warning this, I would not be shocked. Again, just for precautionary reasons. Let's look at our correlation coefficient. Yeah, nothing on the ground here, so obviously we'll have to wait to see what the NWS thinks. I wouldn't rule it out, though. Again, with any parts of, this line where we are talking about rotation, even, just like that, we can get tornado warnings easily. So, I believe this was the one we were most concerned about. This is near Rosenberg. This is the area of rotation. It might have been this one down near Beasley. If you look at the past couple scans, this is why I have a problem with scope. Sometimes it just doesn't even want to work. Yeah, past couple scans, we have seen pretty consistent, very weak rotation near the Rosenberg, Texas area. This is actually sledding south of Rosenberg, so there is definitely weak rotation there at heading towards Peak, Texas. If we look to the north here, this is near Pecan Grove. There is also, there's definitely rotation here. Look at that. Definitely was a little bit more significant previously. So yeah. Again, there's just a lot of areas that we need to really focus in on here, with this kind of event. Again, we were always worried about the main kind of producing aspect of the storm being QLCS, or at least the QLCS itself. Alright, I believe, Levi and, Jesse are both live now. Alright. Again, this seems to be the most concerning area of rotation right now. This is actually looking a lot more impressive. This is near Patton Village, Woodbranch, and Roman Forest. Look at that. Again, that is exactly what we look for in these situations. That is really tight. Again, some of that could actually be contaminated. In fact, I wouldn't be shocked if that is actually mostly contaminated. Let's see, where is that at? I mean, it's there, but it's, again, nothing that we need to be super, super worried about. There's broad rotation near Plum Grove, Texas here. I know we're kind of throwing these out left and right, but I truly do think that there's actually some broad rotation. If you look at the past couple scans, this is, again, developing off of the Splendora, Texas kind of region or sector of the storm. Yeah, there has definitely been consistent rotation over here. So, again, if you happen to be in this area, make sure you are paying attention very closely to whatever alerts the local National Weather Service gives you. Alright. Going back down here to Sugar Land, Texas, again, I keep going back to the reflectivity. This is what I'm trying to show you guys with the velocities as well. We do have a pretty significant kink in the line, again, due to a excessive amount of inflow.
Is a little bit of rotation. It's not too. It's pretty broad as of right now. And I'm also wondering about my area of Texas near Corpus Christi. Yeah, let me take a look. So if you're in Corpus Christi, you.
Alright, let's look here down into the Rosenberg, Texas area once again. Again, you guys can see that there's two areas of possible rotation that we're watching right now. And again, it would be in the Pecan Grove, Pleak, and Rosenberg area. This is going towards the Thompsons, Greatwood, Missouri City, Meadows Place, Brookside Village, Pearland, Fresno, and Arcola, Texas kind of area. So if you happen to find yourself within one of these kind of cities or towns or whatever, again, make sure you are paying close attention to what we've got going on here. Hey, what's up, NATO Aaron? Good to see you, dude. It was awesome meeting you at Summit. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that a lot. We got 7 likes this stream. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. The goal for this stream is to hit 15 likes. I think that is going to be a very easy goal here because not only are we going to be live for a while, but we don't really have too many big names covering this live event. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, I don't think Max and Ryan are both not live. So that kind of helps us out a lot because I will say roughly 70% at least of our live viewers watch Ryan and Max instead of me. So the whole thing with us, like me, Davis, Jesse, Levi, is that we usually get better viewership on days where the big names aren't live, because all those people that tune into them regularly for severe weather coverage, they come to us because we're the only ones live, for the most part. Again, if anything, we're for a tornado threat, we're watching Sugar Land, Texas. This is the area to watch. Alright, that should, yeah, that's just contamination. Figured there was a chance we had some sort of CC drop, but again, that's just clear air. That is not, that's not anything to be worried about. Again, whenever you see a little bit of clear air kind of developing within the line, that's just inflow. That's the kink that we're talking about. So whenever you see something that looks exactly like a CC drop, now yes, it might look very deceiving, but this is just clear air. This is not an actual CC drop. Again, if we're looking for something in terms of a debris signature, it's gonna have to be within the kind of, you know, higher reflectivity concentrated area, is what I'm trying to say. And again, that's kind of in the Sugarland and New Territory, Texas area. Going back down here to Pleak, Texas, again, weak rotation continues. Excuse me. Again, this looks a lot more messy. You can see the inflow's getting clogged up here. Gosh, dude, the areas up to the north, it's these two areas that we're watching very closely. I mean, just look at that, well pronounced, I mean, well-defined hook echo right there. That is some serious stuff. Again, if anyone has any questions about their location, feel free to let me know in chat. Again, that helps me out a lot because I get to kind of focus in on a specific area. So. What's up, Lucy? Good to see you. Again, really not much going on at this moment, but we are still keeping a close eye on these two kind of areas of inflow. Again, kind of spread out. Let's see, let's measure this. I'm guessing this is about 20 miles or so. Okay, I was wrong. It's 11 miles. But we do have two separate areas of rotation. Now, it looks like the area of inflow down here near Greatwood is being clogged up a little bit. We do have a lot of rain showers developing out in front of this. So I do think the inflow is going to get cut off with this part of the line. But again, that's not one of our main areas of concern. Again, the two areas of rotation that we're watching are up here towards Mission Glen and Sugarland. And again, this next scan just doesn't look any better. Yeah, I don't like the look of this, especially when you're talking about a very populated area. Again, this, hopefully, let's see, yeah, this is gonna go right through the southern side of Houston, Texas. Well, actually, if this continues on its current trend, the squat line should actually push, south of Houston, at least the part of the squat line where we do have these, little kinks, in the line. These two areas of rotation, the worst rotation is going to go south of Houston. That's the good news. But, again, the closer you get, obviously, the more population you're going to see kind of involved. So, again, anyone out in front of these two kind of hook echoes, basically, this is where we need to watch out for the highest potential for a tornado. Nothing is warned right now, but I would not be shocked if within the next 15 minutes we do get a warning. My friend in West Houston is getting his butt kicked. The line is just getting there. His house is shaking. Oh my gosh. If you want to send him the stream, that'd be great, because I hate to kind of leave him stranded like that. That is crazy. If he's in West Houston and he's already receiving damaging wind gusts like that, we probably have a heck of a gust front. Which is, it's not visible on radar. I mean, there's obviously a chance we do have a gust front. We just can't see it. But, yeah. Alright, I believe we got a new severe thunderstorm warning not too long ago. You know what? Whatever. We're gonna turn on the pop-up alerts. If it doesn't work and it's just absolutely awful, it sounds bad, we're gonna turn them off. But I don't think I can go a stream with just not being able to hear them. Oh, look at that. They were supposed to work, and I didn't hear them at all. That's just incredible. Hold on, chat. Let's see. They should work. I don't know why that's not working. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Dude, the amount of problems we've had with that, it's just crazy. I mean, it's a really great tool, and it's really helpful whenever you can get it to work, but gosh, it's a pain in the butt to set up. So many kinks in the line near Houston. Yeah, I mean, it's just not lining up to be the best situation here. I mean, look at all these cell, I guess you could call these cell mergers, whatever. These prefrontals that are getting sucked up in the line. This could also definitely bring in a tornado threat. But hopefully these just end up clogging up the inflow. Again, most of the time that's what happens. But it's down south where we're watching it, and once again we have another area of rotation develop out here in the Houston metro. So this is south of Bellary, Texas here. We could have another area of rotation developing. I mean, you can see it just really well. Anywhere in these kind of circled areas is where we're seeing rotation. I don't know what happened to the last one. That last one just did not work. If you guys can hear the pop-up alerts, please do let me know. I mean, there's a chance that I'm the only one that just can't hear them. I've already observed the lowering from traffic cam near Humble, Texas. Alright. That's not good. Where's Humble, Texas? Let's see, is that... Oh, Humble's next to the Houston airport? Shoot. Hold on. I'm gonna, off to the side here, I'm gonna look up where Humble, Texas is. I feel like I should know where the Houston airport is at. But unfortunately at this time I don't. Okay, so that's in North Houston. Let's see. Okay, that's all the way up here in, Northern Texas. Okay, should pop up somewhere in here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we have a lowering on a traffic cam in Humble, Texas. This is not even one of the most impressive parts of the line here. If we look at velocities, hopefully this is going to load for us. We could have something trying to develop in there. Again, there's just so much contamination. Power flashes in Bellary, Texas. Oh my gosh, okay. So, there's a very high chance that we do have a tornado on the ground approaching Bellary, Texas. I'm going to alert Jesse and Levi. Hold on. Alright. Hopefully everyone's aware of that. My friend is north of there. Going to text him. He's in Galleria. Okay. Again, there's a chance we do have a tornado in progress here. This is going through the Bellary, Texas area towards West University Place in Houston, Texas. Alright, let's check CC. I doubt we're going to see anything from this. Absolutely not. Again, if you're just now tuning in, there is a possible damaging tornado on the ground in Bellary, Texas. Again, it's with this part of the line here. We have a very substantial, healthy amount of inflow coming in here. Oh yeah, your friend is right in the path of this. Galena Park, I hope I'm saying that right. This is pretty much where the, yeah, this is, oh my gosh, yeah, this is, going right for that area. Or no, actually, well, let's see here. It could be going south. It's too close to tell. But yeah, please do alert your friend at least, or send him the stream, whatever you gotta do to make sure that he's aware of the situation, because we do have a possible tornado heading towards Pasadena and South Houston. And again, that would be south of Galena Park, but too close for comfort there. Honestly, if I were the National Weather Service, I would issue a tornado warning with this one. Whether or not we do have a tornado on the ground, I think it's just definitely necessary. So. There was a large power flash that caught me off guard. I mean, that happened fast. I don't know if that was straight line damaging winds. If it was damaging winds, then we definitely have wind gusts over 60 miles per hour. So, whatever's happening out here, it's definitely worse than what the warnings that we have in place are showing. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, we got a couple, actually no, we just got one new severe thunderstorm warning. Actually, no, we might have gotten a couple. This one's out here for Hardin, Dayton Lakes, Kennefic, Liberty, Ames, Raywood, and Devers, Texas. 60-mile-per-hour winds, and the tornado possible tags on this storm, or on this severe warning as well. This is for Central Liberty County, Northeastern Harris County in Southeast Texas here. Again, if anything, the areas that we're watching are down south. Um, Again, I don't know if we do have a tornado on the ground. There's very high chance that it is still not on the ground. Yeah. Alright, hold on, chat. If you guys can hear the music in the background, please do let me know. I'm gonna have to mute up my stream and have to figure out what's going on with that. Gosh, dude. That is very unprofessional. I apologize about that, if you guys can hear that. Hold on. Let me just see if you guys can hear that. Gosh, dude. That is... Okay, hopefully that music's not too loud. I apologize, guys. I don't know why, but as soon as I go live, my sister has to start playing her instrument. If you guys are fine with it, though, hopefully we'll be okay. I believe we just did get a new severe thunderstorm warning for Harris, Texas, and Liberty. I don't know. That might have been the same one. Okay. So, they did just warn another part of the storm. This is a little bit farther north, but this is for Pinewood Estates, Lumberton, Silsby, and Rose Hill Acres. Radar indicated rotation, 60 mile per winds, and a tornado possible tag. I don't know if we should check radar sites. Well, it's good, Andrew, that your friend is okay. I was a little worried. He's gonna get rocked by the, windbag itself, but I don't think he's gonna experience any tornadic winds or anything. Again, I would not be shocked if we do have a tornado in progress. It's just that there's no clear indicator of that. We don't have a tornado warning. We don't have a CC drop, but the reason we don't have a CC drop is because there's contamination within this part of the line. Really, it's all about what we got, you know, from the public, at least. Like what are people seeing out there? That's what's kind of helping us out with this. For the most part. Alright. If you guys haven't already, make sure you click the like subscribe button. Again, our goal for this stream is to hit 15 likes. Last time I checked, we were at 7. Oh wow, we have 13 likes, so we're only 2 away. So, again, if you haven't already, please do hit that like and subscribe button. Alright, so again, like I said, at this point, it looks like correlation coefficient is going to be one of our more, you know, least helpful tools, just because it is so contaminated. I think you guys can see those warnings, actually. That's pretty cool. On the side here. Oh, so we do actually have a considerable severe warning. So this is down south of Corpus Christi, Texas. This is off of an outflow boundary. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning here for Kingsville and Ricardo, Texas. This is south of Bishop. 70 mile per hour winds and penny-sized hail expected with this storm here. We do have some higher DBZ values getting into the 60s, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do up the warning there, at least for hail. But again, this is the storm that is currently warned here. Again, this is impacting the Kingsville, Texas area for 70 mile an hour winds. We do have these couple of supercells south of Corpus Christi. If we look at velocities here, let's see. Yeah, no rotation, at least off of velocities off of radar here. So yeah. but just an absolute jumble of severe thunderstorm warnings for our kind of Houston metro area. Alright, let's take a look down here near Kennefic and Dayton Lakes again. Dayton Lakes. Again, we don't have anything concerning. Someone in a separate chat is saying that the Crosby storm looks concerning. The reason why I'm not concerned about this is because we have a prefrontal cell that is about to get swallowed by the line. And what this is going to do is it's going to come into the line here, it's going to get sucked up, and we do have an inflow notch, but it's not going to have enough time to spin up anything because this is about to absolutely get cut off. When you have a cell that's about to, move right into a kind of kink in the line, it chokes off all the inflow, and then the tornado potential just dies. So even if it may look concerning at the moment, I just don't think that it's going to have the potential to produce. So yeah. Oh my gosh. Alright, Davis, if you're in the stream, thank you for the $9.67. David says, funny number, ha 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 ha. Appreciate the donation, Davis. That's awesome. In the big 2-6. This was not staged. This was not staged. Oh my gosh, all my iced tea is gone. I seriously drank, I drank this whole thing. Let's see how long this stream took. So I've been live for 40 minutes. I drank the whole thing in 40 minutes. Maybe I'm overreacting. I just feel like I should have had this for the entire stream. I don't know. I love my iced tea. So at the moment we have 5 severe thunderstorm warnings. We don't have any tornado warnings, but that could definitely change here. Again, we still do have a very good potential, or a very high potential of a tornado within any of these storm kind of kinks in the line. Gosh, dude, look at that. Ooh. So this is east of Fresno, Texas. That is textbook. That is crazy. Very impressive reflectivity kind of signature there. You can see velocities are elevated in the area, so I'd be watching that, and there we go. It's gone. It's getting clogged up. Again, the problem with QLCS events is that everything happens so fast. So, like, you could have a really concerning area of rotation. I mean, you think you got a tornado on the ground, and then next scan, it's gone. Again, you can see, look at this last scan. Really impressive and concerning, and then just absolutely wraps up again. I mean, it could just be recycling, but hopefully that's gonna kind of be the trend here over the next couple of minutes, because we do have a concerning amount of rotation within this part of the line. We have some broad rotation here near Brookside Village. Yeah, that is nothing too crazy, but it has been going for the past couple of scans here, so definitely worth watching. This is gonna go towards the Pearland, Texas area within the next 10 minutes or so. Again, this is the area of rotation that we're watching. Alright. Let's see. If you guys haven't already, make sure to hit the like, subscribe button. Last time I checked, we were at 13 likes. Let's see if we hit our goal of 15 likes yet. There we go. 15 likes. Thank you guys so much. We hit our goal. Anyways. Go back up to our Crosby storm. Again, it just doesn't look super impressive at the moment. Yes, we could have some rotation in here. I would say there's definitely some broad rotation trying to get going here, but this is really struggling to kind of show anything flashy at this point. So I wouldn't be so worried about that right now. But it's definitely possible that kind of ramps up within the next 10 minutes. Let's see. Looks like we could have some rotation trying to develop actually on our very southern storm here. This is south of Petronila, Texas. We do have some very weak but tight rotation in here, so nothing imminent, nothing crazy, but there's definitely something trying to get going here. So I'd keep an eye on this. Again, pretty much guaranteed to not have CC for. Oh my gosh. We are way too close to radar. I believe Jesse is no longer live. Another friend's dad worked at the Corpus NWS. I got to launch a balloon there years ago. That's awesome. Sounds like a lot of fun, actually. See, I've watched a weather balloon launch, but I've never done it myself. I feel like a lot of people would probably, like, expect me to be the kind of person that, like, does that stuff. But you know who does that? Levi. Levi's the one that launches weather balloons. So that's pretty cool. An update to our severe thunderstorm warning. I don't know if I mentioned this, but we are now, this severe thunderstorm warning is now warned for 70-mile-per-hour winds, including League City, Santa Fe, Texas City, Galveston, Jamaica Beach, Treasure Island, Danbury, Liverpool, High Island, Winnie, and Oak Island, Texas. So, again, this is a very large and expansive severe warning, but anywhere in that yellow box, this is where we have, again, areas that are currently at risk for 70-mile-an-hour winds. We continue to see rotation pop off the Pearland and Brookside Village part of the storm here, all the way down towards Manville. So, we're going to be watching that. over the next couple minutes here. See if that does try to wrap up and produce last minute, but oop. Trying to see if we have any reports of tornado. Because again, we did have Kevin in here earlier saying that he saw power flashes on a camera in, forgot where it was exactly, but I believe it was somewhere in the north side of Houston. I gotta get you out to Calverton to do that. Yeah, that would be awesome. Alright, so it doesn't look like we have any serious updates to any of our warnings here. We continue to watch as we have kind of 3 areas of rotation that's our trying to get going here. At this point, east of Houston, so if you're in Houston, Texas, you're out of the worst of it. We have a report here of a 67-mile-per-hour wind gust in Sugarland, Texas. This is from a ASOS. That's the source of the report here. So this is actually recorded at the Sugarland Regional Airport. Okay, estimated 67-mile-an-hour wind gusts. And again, that was at 7:15, so 6:15 p.m. Central Time. That is as textbook as it gets, man. Wow. That's a heck of a screen grab right there if we were to screenshot that. You know what? We're going to do that right now. Save image. Bang. Oh my gosh. I figure that if Davis is in the chat, he would be going bonkers. But it appears that he's not, thankfully. We dodged a bullet. Alright, sorry I was getting sidetracked there. Dude, look at that. This is near Rocheron, Texas, and Bonnie. Absolutely textbook hook echo here. You don't see that often, folks. Yeah, that's definitely concerning. So, big time area of rotation here again. Very inbound dominant winds here, if that makes sense. So winds going towards the radar. That's those are the strongest winds And it makes sense too. So obviously our outflow is going to be stronger with these events. Okay, I don't believe we have any new warnings. Let's see. Yeah, no, we're good. Yeah, look at that too near Perlin. This is grabbing my attention. Look at that. Okay, that is quite intense. Even if you're not getting tornadic winds with this, you are receiving winds of over 80 miles per hour. So again, this is measured just a couple hundred feet to a couple thousand feet in the air. Again, just above the surface, we do have winds gusting over 80 miles per hour. So this is rightfully so warned for 70-mile-an-hour winds, but I would not be shocked if we did get a wind gust of up to 80 miles per hour. Again, whether or not these are tornadic winds, that does line up perfectly with a very significant kink in the line. So we likely have very strong rotation near Perlin, Texas, and I do think we should be worried about this one, at least for the foreseeable future, because we don't have any precipitation out ahead of this part of the line. So as long as this thing doesn't kind of tuck back into the line here and we see the inflow notch kind of dissipate, this is going to have all the room it needs to end up producing. So that's kind of how things are working right now, and it's not something you want to see. So again, this is heading towards, let's see, the League City area. And that reminds me, let's, hold on. We're gonna look at Radar Omega here, because I believe we actually have a, cyclone port in this area. I don't know if you guys remember, December 28th, I believe it was, of 2024. We had a very significant tornado outbreak in Dixie Allen. We actually had a very significant tornado go right through this area. So I'm pulling this up off camera here, or off the stream at least.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Alright, let's see. So this is actually Dickinson, Texas. Okay, yeah, you can't see much. Anyways. Oh, there we go. We now do have a tornado warning in effect for Lake City, Texas, or excuse me, League City, Texas. This also includes Texas City, San Leon, Santa Fe, Alvin, Dickinson, and Hillcrest. Again, we have a tornado warning in effect right now. This is radar indicated, but this also does include portions of our severe thunderstorm warning polygon here. So, severe thunderstorm warning for Galveston County, southeastern Fort Bend County, portions of Chambers County, Brazoria County, Liberty County, and southeastern Harris County in southeastern Texas. This is a very large tornado warning, but once again, we have a tornado warning in effect. This is very interesting how they place this. This is way ahead of the line. This is one of the bigger tornado warnings I have ever seen. So they have warned every single one of these kind of kinks in the line. So all the way from Pearland all the way down to Bonnie, we have a tornado warned kind of part of the line. That is impressive. We are watching this. Again, it's something that we need to keep our eye on. Right now, I think I'm most worried again with our storm, our part of the lineup here near Friendswood. Also near Pearland. Again, if you're just tuning in, we now have a tornado warning for the city of League City, Texas, as well as Dickinson, Alvin, and Hillcrest. Again, this is a tornado warning in effect right now. No tornado in progress just yet, but again, that means a tornado is very possible here within any parts of this line here that just got warned. If anyone in chat can tell me if you guys did hear the alert that the pop-up warnings gave. City, Texas. This also includes Texas City, San Leone, Santa Fe. Let me just see if this worked. Off camera here, or off the stream at least.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Okay, yeah, that worked. Again, if you're just tuning in, we have a tornado warning for League City. Also, very serious rotation down here near Liverpool. Alright, so let me pull up Radar Omega so I can show you guys what the camera is showing. Unfortunately, this is going right for the radar site. That's never something that you do want to see. That is not good. Okay, so our cyclone port is actually not even in the tornado warning. Oh wait, no, it is. So we actually have two cyclone ports in the tornado warning. This is our Dickinson cyclone port. I'm gonna bring this up on stream so I can show you guys. So this cyclone port is in Dickinson, Texas. Let's pray that the camera operator is looking at this. Again, you can't really see anything off this camera just yet. It's actually very calm right now in Dickinson, so you're probably wondering, why did we get a tornado warning when it's super calm right now? I don't hear any thunder, I don't see, maybe you do see lightning in the distance, but it's very calm. It's calm before the storm. It's going to come, and this is going to pack a serious punch. It's probably even more calm in Texas City right now. Look at that. You have your conditions are pretty much still right now. You do have some breezy winds, but again, you are currently under a tornado warning. So anywhere in this red polygon, this is where we have a tornado warning. So again, tornado warning remains in effect here. Back down to Liverpool. Let's look at velocities here. Yeah, if anything, we're watching these two pockets of the line here. League City, Texas, you're about to get absolutely hammered here. Watching for wind gusts of potentially up to 80 miles per hour. Would not be shocked. Let's see, where is Mezzo Hunter at? Mezzo. I don't know if he's running a Radar Omega stream today. He could be. I don't know if he is, though. Oh, shoot. Is he all the way up here? No. I don't even know where my chaser's at. He's in something. I don't know what he's, where he's at. I'll have to look at him in a second. Okay. Again, this pocket of rotation and potentially very damaging winds is going right for the League City and Dickinson radar site. So it is crucial that we do have radar, at least to look at these storms here, because people need to know what's going on. If anybody has any questions about their location, feel free to let me know in chat. Obviously, if you're not comfortable, typing in the chat, that's alright. But it does really help with the stream. Whenever we do know which areas to kind of focus in on. Especially if you are in the path of these storms. That is it's a really important thing to do, is let me know where you're tuning in from so I can really focus in on your exact location. Alright, we did get a bunch of new severe thunderstorm warnings up to the north here. This is actually now moving into Louisiana officially, these storms. New severe thunderstorm warning all the way up here into far eastern Texas and even into western Louisiana there. We're talking about the Hempville, South Toledo Bend, and Hornbeck area right now. New severe thunderstorm warning. Let's see. This is going to be for 60 mile per hour winds, which is radar indicated at penny-sized hail. Very, very impressive signature here on this line. I mean, you're talking about very high DBZ values. So when you have DBZ values around 60, you're talking about torrential rain, potentially even some small hail mixed in there, but also very damaging winds. Look at that, guys. Very strong pocket of winds approaching South Toledo Bend. So obviously that is something we need to continue to watch out for. Alright. So, I do believe 9 minutes ago, we did get a new tornado watch. I'm gonna pull this up off stream here, and then show you guys. Let me check Twitter here. Alright, 1 second, guys. Yeah, we're pulling up the tornado watch that was just issued. Alright. So, new tornado watch here. New tornado watch has been issued for parts of Louisiana and Mississippi until 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. So again, this is the final tornado watch that we're going to be at least live for. You can see this includes parts of southwest Mississippi, northern Louisiana, all the way down to southern Louisiana. So Donaldsonville, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Lake Charles, Alexandria, Natchez, Macomb, Jackson, and Monroe. All these areas currently under a tornado watch. So a few tornadoes are likely with isolated hail up to quarter size possible. Scattered wind gusts are also up to 70 miles. Scattered wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour are also possible. So yeah, this is in effect until 2 a.m. Central Standard Time, 3 a.m. Eastern. Again, nocturnal QLCS, a very harsh kind of situation here. So not something you want to see. But there you go. Hey, what's up, Levi? Good to see you. Are you still live, dude? I don't know if... Oh, I guess you did just end your stream. Well, it's good to see you. I'm glad that you are live. Going back to our tornado warning, though, near League City, Texas. Again, this is concerning
A new
our
tornado
3
warning
areas of
has been
rotation
issued.
that are trying to get going here. Again, they've been trying to rotate for a while now. And we even do have a little bit of rotation just south of Santa Fe and Arcadia. Okay, I believe we just did get a new tornado warning all the way up here into Louisiana. So this is actually all the way up into northwest Louisiana here. Yeah, look at that. So new tornado warning, including Hull Summit, Louisiana. Radar indicator rotation. This is much easier to see on the correlation coefficient. So obviously no CC drop present, but there is definitely some significant rotation going on there. So again, get into your safe spot, get in your shelter if you're in this area. What's up, Pete? Nah, stream wasn't doing well. Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. As soon as I end, dude, that happens to me way too many times. Like I'm telling you guys, it happened to me so much in the past. So hopefully it doesn't happen as much this year. Planning on making it a little bit, better, at least my timing. So yeah. But once again, tornado warning in effect.
A new
for
tornado
Summit
warning
and
has been
Casper,
issued.
Louisiana. Would like to note that this part of the line is also very strong, and I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a couple severe thunderstorm warnings get issued here. I honestly was not expecting that. I was not really paying attention to the north side of that line. Figured that it was really just going to be confined to the south, but nope. So taking a look at our tornado warning to the south here, you can see that we are still watching this tight area of rotation south of Santa Fe. This looks to be the most dominant area of rotation here. So let's take a look at what this looks like on reflectivity. Yeah, it is a little bit messy here. Again, you don't really have a well-defined notch or anything, so nothing wild going on here, but it is definitely something we need to keep our eye on. Okay, let's see here. Alright, I'm just going to tune into Mezzo Hunter here and see where he's at. Mezzo is in Longview, Texas. If we look down here towards Cove and Beach City in Texas here, it looks like we could have a little bit of inflow trying to kind of poke into the line. Again, we're not really going to say anything more than that just because that doesn't look too concerning right now, but I'm just trying to, again, point out which areas we may need to keep an eye on over the next hour or so. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Also, do consider leaving a donation. Again, all donations are very accepted, but are obviously not at all required. Yeah, just an absolute mess of rain and wind down here in southeast Texas, Louisiana. If you're in the Cove, Old River, Winfrey, and Mont Bellevue kind of area, I do think we could see wind gusts up to 70, potentially 75 miles per hour within this area here. So, as of right now, technically the only warning we have that is currently for 70-mile-an-hour winds is our Houston warning. But I do think that could change. Let's take a look at our 0Z sounding off of the Lake Charles Municipal Airport. Very, very low Cape kind of content here, only around 535 joules per kilograms, and our 3 Cape values are also very low. So that is partly why we haven't seen many tornadoes today, but Alright, let's go back up to our tornado warning out here into Louisiana. Again, weak rotation continues at this point. But this is just going to be going north of Hall Summit in the next 10 minutes. Going towards Castor and south of Ringgold. Again, this is our pocket of rotation that we're watching. Going up into this area. Gosh, dude, I am tired. Alright, let's go back down to Houston, Texas here. Oh yeah, just the main area of concern right now. Right now, it's all eyes are on this part of the storm here. Let's see if we can get any towns that show up. Again, this is east of Liverpool, Texas. This was previously a lot more concerning. Let's see if it was more concerning based off of lawsuits. I think it was reflectivity that just looked absolutely wild. Again, yeah, this did condense quite a bit as it moved through the area, but as right now, it looks a tiny bit less concerning here. Still got quite a bit of inflow trying to poke in there. Same thing up here towards Backcliff and the Texas City area. San Leon. Look at that.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
So this is now including Jamaica Beach, Tiki Island. This is south of Galveston. We now have a tornado warning, which is exclusively for this one hook echo that we're watching here, this area of rotation that we just pointed out. Again, this has been the outlier. It's been the most concerning one for the past half hour to an hour. It continues and continues to try to wrap up here. Again, the severe thunderstorm warnings for 70-mile-an-hour winds, but this is for southwestern Galveston County, eastern Brazoria County, and again, this is a radar-indicated tornado warning. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you click the subscribe button. Trying to get the stream out to as many people as possible to warn them of the impending danger again with these storms. Alright, so at this point we have 3 tornado warnings. Either a very strong pocket of winds here, or very strong rotation. Oops. Trying to develop here south of Dickinson, Texas. I've been watching this closely. I haven't been really talking about it on stream for the most part, but again, this is very close to radar, so I wouldn't say this is elevated a whole lot. Definitely worth watching. This has been a truly chaotic SLW tornado event to track so far, yes. Oh yeah, this pocket of winds here is likely exceeding 80 miles per hour. again, in here is where we're talking about destructive winds. If I were the NWS, I would go ahead and upgrade this warning to 80 miles per hour. Or possibly you could issue another warning, kind of like what they did with the tornado warning, except just for the Dickinson and Texas City area. Oh my gosh, look at that, guys. That is wild. Okay, so, again, barely elevated winds. This is right next to the radar site. You're picking up on winds of 90 miles per hour. Again, you're talking about 90 mile per hour wind gusts with this. Absolutely insane stuff. Again, we are talking about destructive wind gusts approaching Texas City, Texas. You need to get away from windows if you are in the path of this part of the line here. This is a very, very dangerous situation. Again, we are talking about wind gusts of 80 to 90 miles per hour. And we take another look here at our tornado warn hook echo and area of rotation. Just not good stuff. Again, we don't have a tornado in progress, but you never want to see something like this. Again, hopefully this does end up sliding off the coast, but gosh, dude, if this tries to wrap up here in the next 2 to 3 minutes, we could have some serious issues for our folks on the coast here. Again, it's pretty much pointless to look at CC because it's contaminated and also it's right next to radar. But there is a very solid chance that we could end up seeing a tornado within the next 5 minutes. So I would say a tornado is potentially imminent here if this continues to wrap up. Again, very close. It's trying very hard. And keep in mind, there are also other areas of rotation up to the north here that haven't been warned yet. So this is over Anahuac, Texas. Let's see here. Get velocity. Definitely some rotation going on here. Nothing super impressive, but it's there. It's again, you can identify it. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so this was the very concerning scan that we saw. Just a very consistent amount of straight line damaging winds here. So this is not rotation, which is the good thing, but you're still talking about wind gusts of 80 to 90 miles per hour here in the Dickinson area. Next scan here cooled off just by a couple miles per hour, but that almost doesn't even make a difference. Very destructive winds going through Texas City right now. Okay, so the tornado warning here for the entire kind of area here around Dickinson has either been canceled or expired. I'm pretty sure it expired because I don't think they would cancel it. But if we do look to the north here in Louisiana, this is the tornado warning we were talking about earlier, south of Ringgold. I believe, yeah, this is very close to radar. Yeah, very weak rotation. We almost don't even have anything. I mean, this part of the storm is completely outflow dominant. I mean, that's what you get with these straight line damaging wind events, is that they're all outflow dominant, except the inflow has just absolutely died down here to the point where you really don't have anything that looks concerning at this point. So, there's almost no population centers in this area, so I wouldn't be too worried about this, just because, again, I mean, it's pretty much pointless that we have a warning at this point, but also we literally don't have any towns in this area, so...
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Hey, thank you so much, Mezzo. Dude, I appreciate it, and especially for you allowing me to use your streams. Again, it's been very helpful to see what you're looking at on the roads out there, but I really do appreciate that. You're a big help and a big inspiration. So yeah. Again, this pocket of wind just continues to look even more concerning. This is slightly elevated from radar, but we're estimating winds to be between 80 to 90 miles per hour, and the warning is for 70 mile an hour winds. So, just something that you really need to continue to watch. We continue to see rotation again develop near Tiki Island and Hitchcock in Texas here. If we look at reflectivity, yeah, nothing too crazy at this point. It's about to move offshore here. So if we do end up, escaping a tornado from developing over land, that would be great, because as of right now, this is continuing to look, again, very concerning. But just an absolutely classic, destructive windbag kind of visual here on our Lamarque storm near Texas City as well. So velocities are now glitching here on scope. Obviously not sure if that means anything, but very strong winds overall. Again, that's all you can say with this. But yeah, I seriously appreciate all the support, Mezzo. If one of the mods in here can link his channel, that'd be great, because I don't think we give him enough support considering everything that he's done for me. So again, if one of the mods in the chat can do that, that'd be great. Oh gosh, and the stream has turned to max. Okay, we gotta change that. Alright. I apologize, guys. Oops. Oh, I forgot we do have a cyclone port. Hold on. Oh my gosh, we have to look at this. Let's change this to Omega. Okay, so this is our cyclone port in Texas City. This is right in the middle of the worst of the winds right now. Oh my gosh. Dude, look at that. This is what's going on with your 80 to 90 mile per hour winds. That is insane, dude. Look how much the camera is shaky around there. So in the past 5 minutes, we have recorded a 36 mile per hour wind gust with this part of the storm. This is in Texas City right now. So it looks like they still have power out there, but very heavy rain and gusty winds going on right there. That is incredible stuff. Again, this is a very, very dangerous part of the storm there. Now we are seeing pixels reaching into the hundreds. So, do we have wind gusts of 100 miles per hour? I don't think so, but we certainly have winds over 80 miles per hour, and I would not be shocked at all if we have wind gusts of 90 miles per hour at this point. That is not at all something that you want to see. But thankfully, the worst of the winds are offshore at this point. Again, NWS Houston kept the warning at 70 miles per hour, but I don't know. I feel like we definitely had wind gusts of up to 90
A new
miles per
tornado
hour
warning has been
at
issued.
some point. Okay, so I think they just did update the tornado warning for Tiki Island. I don't know if they issued a new one. Oh shoot. I have max up again. What is going on? Dude, whenever like a chaser's feed ends, it always goes to like the weirdest like video or live stream ever. You know, max isn't weird. Actually, that's probably the best we could have gotten. In the past, I've gotten literally, I was live for like 3 hours. I never noticed that chaser ended his feed, so it played an entire baseball game, like, under the chaser's name. So, like it switched to a YouTube video of a baseball game, and it played the entire thing, and I never noticed. Like that is insane. That I couldn't notice that. Anyways. So, a big chunk of the line I do want to note is sliding offshore here. We do have a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings now lining our Louisiana-Texas border here all the way up towards Leesville. Again, this is a pretty marginal part of the line. Again, we're likely only going to see wind gusts of 60 to 70 miles per hour. We could squeeze out a gust of up to 80, but I really do think that the strongest of winds, at least the worst of winds, are going to be for areas farther to the south. Again, this is the more concerning part of the storm here, near China and Bevel Oaks, as well as Beaumont, Texas. So, that kind of area is what we're looking at. Going back down here towards San Leon, Texas. Very clear inflow on this. Again, not sure if this is trying to become tornadic or anything. Again, this looks mainly outflow dominant, and there really aren't any population centers in the way of this, so I wouldn't be worried. Let's take a look at the Texas City cam, because why not? I keep clicking on the warnings accidentally. Yeah, this is all outflow here. This is not tornadic. We're still getting pounded here. So we haven't gotten a stronger wind gust yet. So the strongest wind gust we got here was about 40 miles per hour off of this camera. So this was south of the strongest of winds. Again, the strongest of winds came up through this area and came down from the north. Alright. Yeah, so next up for this part of the line here, Port Boulevard. If there happens to be a weather geek that, like, is really good at photography, you could get a insane photo of a shelf cloud if you're in this area. Lightning illuminated over the water. Gosh, dude, that is a dream shot. I already know for a fact that there is a unbelievable shelf with this part of the line. I mean, just look at that classic bow echo, dude. You love to see it, but only when it's impacting areas where not that many people live. If that makes sense. If you haven't already, make sure to click the subscribe button. Last time I checked, we were at 18 likes. We're still at 18 likes. Let's see if we can hit 20 likes this stream. We can do it. I believe in us. If anyone has any questions about their location, feel free to let me know. At this point, I don't expect us to be live for a whole lot longer. I do want to obviously continue to cover our pocket of extremely damaging winds near Port Bolivar. This is going to easily capsize boats, so if you have any like sailboats or whatever small vessels are going to be capsized in 80 mile an hour winds. But heavy rain, thunder, and lightning are all very likely with this part of the line. If we look to the north, mostly straight line damaging winds again. Didn't really expect anything else from it. I just don't see anything that's super significant catching my eye right now. It looks like they're not even going to cancel the tornado warning to the north here. That is crazy. That is all outflow. There's not any rotation going on in here. It is all outflow winds. But yeah, very extreme damage winds going on off to the south there. Let's see, do I have any chasers live? No. Let's see if we can just pull up a camera here. Hold on. Let's see. Live camera here in Galveston, Texas, showing very gusty winds there, blowing around some of the palm trees. Otherwise, I don't think we can see any cameras right now. Literally can't even find anything. It doesn't always happen. Looks like we could actually have some rotation developing off to the north here. Off of Lake Charles, this area of rotation looks a lot more significant here. In the Bon Ware and Kirbyville area. Again, nothing imminent, nothing super serious, but there's definitely some rotation going on there. Not sure if it's too strong, but that's definitely there. And then if you look to the north, we do have another pocket of rotation. This one's a little bit more broad, but this is towards areas east of Newton, west of DeRuyter, and Rose Pine. So if you are in any of these areas, again, obviously make sure you are heeding all warnings. Take everything seriously because there's a solid chance that does end up wrapping up and could end up producing a tornado within the next 30 to 60 minutes. Again, nothing is obviously imminent. We don't even have a tornado warning on that, but definitely something to consider watching. And our pocket of 70 to 80 mile an hour winds continues to blast Port Bolivar. Again, not sure if there's a lot of people in this area, but right now we are seeing extremely damaging winds. So, if you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Also, consider leaving a donation if you haven't already. They are greatly appreciated, but are not required. Again, every donation kind of goes towards the channel, so right now I'm kind of torn between two things to save up for. Again, potentially for my own computer. I'm actually not even using my own. I'm sharing my computer I'm sharing this computer with my mom, and obviously that can get in the way of things all the time. It happened so many times last year, and it's gonna happen again this year. But because you guys, again, are so generous with all your donations, I can save up to reach the amount of money I need to be able to pay for my own computer. And I'll tell you, once I get my own computer, I will be able to go live so much more than I do regularly. And you may think I go live, only some of the time because I don't want to or because I'm too busy, but a lot of it is just because I can't use the computer because my mom's using it. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at right now. So I am interested to see what our area of possible rotation looks like off the Lake Charles radar. Again, we were watching this just a couple of minutes ago. It doesn't look too significant. Again, there's nothing we can really point out that's out of the ordinary. Obviously, here and there are some, very little bits of inflow, but nothing that's going to really enhance the tornado potential. I mean, you can see it. There's definitely a notch trying to develop. But, I mean, does this really look that significant to you? No. And, again, same thing for our area up to the north, which is even more broad. Again, none of these are tight, none of these are super strong, but they're definitely present. And even up here towards, let's see where this is at, Hornbeck. Otherwise, up to the north, we really don't have any tornado potential. Again, Shreveport, I don't think has any shear. I think, really the only potential for tornadoes is going to be to the south. Let's see, can we turn on our tornado watch? That would be helpful. Let me see if I can do that. Okay, there we go. So, our tornado watch is going out for all of these areas in red here. So, again, that extends all the way from southwest Mississippi down through, at this point, all of Louisiana and southeast Texas. I believe we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that includes Beaumont, Texas here, as well as Silsbee. Let's see here. I don't know if we already went over this, and this could honestly not even be new severe thunderstorm warning. But this is for 70-mile-an-hour winds and penny-sized hail. And then if you look here towards Oak Island, Texas City, Galveston, again, this is the same warning we've been talking about for a while. Still 70-mile-an-hour winds expected. Alright, let's see. So yeah, I mean, the southern extent of our line here is completely offshore now. So that is good news, but really the worst of the line is right in the sweet spot here. Like extreme southeast Texas, southwest Louisiana here. So Port Arthur, High Island, Cameron, Lake Charles, Pine Forest, Beaumont, all these areas, again, have the highest potential to see damaging wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour and potentially some isolated tornadoes here within the next 2 hours, I would say. Yep, big time shelf cloud in Tiki West. From a camera. I'm telling you guys. Good grief, it has some kinks. Yeah, definitely, definitely very, concerning here. We actually, earlier, we had an absolutely textbook notch, just beautiful stuff. Again, I don't think it did produce, but still, I mean, it's just so concerning with these events, because you always gotta be, like, on your toes with this. I mean, things can happen in minutes. If you have a clear slot with very, strong presence of inflow, that can get you a tornado really fast with these vents. So it looks like we have some weak rotation, potentially going out towards the DeRuyter and Rosepine area. I think we talked about this area earlier, but that would be the area to watch for the next several minutes. So we'll see how that does evolve. Also up towards Hornbeck, some weak rotation. Let's see. So yeah, right now we have 2 warnings for 70-mile-an-hour winds. 7 severe warnings in total, but luckily we don't have any tornado warnings at this point in time. Yeah, rotation continues. It's definitely there. This is south of Boona, west of Deweyville, and east of Evadale. 2 separate areas of rotation. This looks to be the strongest up to the north here. Again, you can see very consistent reds against greens. That's what you look for when you're trying to find rotation. This should be moving pretty much due east here over the next couple minutes. So we'll see how that continues to evolve. Right now, no tornado warning with that. I do want to note we have a recorded 70-mile-an-hour wind gust off of a mesonet south of Lumberton, Texas there. So, again, very damaging winds. I believe that's actually what powered our 70-mile-an-hour wind tag. Actually, no, because this is radar indicated, but they could just push that to observed, because we now do have a recorded 70-mile-an-hour wind gust off of a mesonet. We're at 19 likes. That means we're 1 away from 20 likes. So, that'd be incredible if we could hit 20 likes. Alright, let's look at the CC. Yeah, nothing going on over here. No tornado warnings in effect right now, so things are kind of on the calmer side right now. But that could obviously change in an instant. I mean, these things happen so fast, so you never know what you're gonna see. But for now, it looks like the most concerning area, once again, like I said, is kind of in the sweet spot. That's what I'm going to call it. Areas up to the north here. Again, this is this general part of the line is approaching Lake Charles, Louisiana. But I mean, yeah, you can see a lot of this precipitation out in front of the line is clogging up the inflow. So that's a big reason why we've seen kind of this part of the line struggle to produce. But again, there is some rotation definitely in here. And some of this is actually becoming a little bit on the stronger side. So certainly something we need to keep an eye on. Yeah, look at that. Alright, let's go south here. Again, not really seeing anything too wild, but for now, these remain kind of the most, concerning areas of rotation, if anything. We do have some broad rotations trying to get going near Rose Pine. We've talked about this area a lot recently. We'll have to watch this to see if it tries to tighten up. And if it does start to wrap a little bit harder and starts to spin a little bit harder, we'll have to obviously watch that closer. But at this point in time, again, if I were to give you guys kind of 4 areas of rotation to watch out for, these are the ones that I think have the greatest potential of producing down the line. This one near Deweyville, all the way down here, again, north of Beaumont. And then we have 2 areas of rotation also up here. So that's kind of where we're sitting right now. But that could obviously change in an instant. Oops. Not meant to do that. So rotation continues to tighten up here west of Deweyville, but it's not anything too concerning right now. Again, we don't have any tornado warnings, so clearly the National Weather Service is not too concerned about any of this at this moment. But if we look here south of Bone Weir in Maryville, this is an area of very broad rotation that we've been kind of keeping an eye on, as well as west of Rose Pine. Alright, let's see. So, at this point, we only have one warning here for 70-mile-an-hour winds. So, basically all of these warnings that you see are for 60 miles per hour. I want to say that the Beaumont warning's for 70. Yes, okay. So, this expires in 9 minutes. We're going to have to get a new warning. I do think that this new warning will include at least parts of Lake Charles, Louisiana. So to give you guys kind of a full idea of where the line is at this point here, It's moving out of Texas. However, you do have a ton of rain coming out on the backside. We're going to see a lot of flash flood warnings. Look at all that rain there. But at least on the front end of it, again, the line continues to hold steady, producing still wind gusts of 60 to 70 miles per hour. And tornadoes remain possible throughout the night. Again, we've seen a couple areas of very concerning rotation, but we haven't really seen any definitive tornadoes yet. So we're still waiting on potentially one of those. And then tomorrow we do have our 5% tornado threat in the Florida Panhandle, which does have the potential to get upgraded, I think. But the SPC did say that there's a chance we do see a strong tornado. So that is obviously something we really need to keep an eye on. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, this part of the line has really not been too concerning as far as rotation is concerned. It's there, but it's just not doing anything wild here. Again, most of it is very broad, but for the areas of tight rotation, again, they're not really becoming super concerning, at least in my eyes. Again, there could be other areas we need to watch out for. But as of right now, the tornado potential, at least the imminent tornado potential, is very low. So I doubt we're going to see a tornado in the next couple minutes here. But there's a chance that it does change. Again, it really all depends on how the line continues to evolve. But, yeah. I believe we just should get a news for thunderstorm warning. That might be old. But this is for Natchitoches, Texas, or excuse me, Louisiana. Let me get the CC off here. Okay, here's a new warning. And there we go. We have a tornado warning as well. So, new tornado warning including Leesville, Louisiana, New Llano, and Fort Johnson North.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
In effect, this is radar indicated, but we now have a tornado warning. This is going right for the radar site. Radar sites have not gotten a break today. But if we take a look at velocities, I believe this has got to be one of the ones we talked about earlier. Hopefully this can switch to velocity. Scoop has been acting up a little bit. So it looks like they're looking at this little bit of rotation here. Coming up towards Fort Johnson North. Let's see if we got anything on CC yet. Nope. Probably won't see anything because we're so close to radar. But with that, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for 60 mile per hour winds as well. So once again, if you're just now tuning in, we have a tornado warning in effect for Fort Johnson South in Louisiana here, as well as Leesville. Again, this area of rotation is south of Leesville. Not good. Alright, let's do the 4-screen kind of view here. Hopefully you guys can see all of my different little tools here. Let's see if we can pull up correlation coefficient in this box. No, we don't want to do that. Hold up. There we go. Okay, that's what we want to look at. Again, the possible area of rotation is right into here. Circle it for you guys. This is what we're watching. Again, this is going right into the Fort Johnson North area. So if you know anyone in that area, please do let them know what's going on. Share the stream to them. And if you somehow are, if you find yourself in this area, make sure you are getting into shelter immediately. Again, very small but strong area of rotation showing up in here. Unfortunately, velocities are not working on the 4 screen here, so that sucks. We have a 55-mile-per-hour wind gust reported from a mesonet west of Kirbyville in Texas here. So, again, we are talking about wind gusts of 50 to as high as 70 miles an hour in some of those areas. So yeah. Again, this tornado warning here is radar indicates we don't have a tornado on the ground right now. No CC drop with this either. And unfortunately, we're gonna have to rely on people, the public here, people at the surface that are seeing this storm, because our CC is gonna get very contaminated once this gets past the radar site, or at least, you know, literally on top of the radar site. So it's not ideal to have storms, you know, right next to the radar site, but it's also not ideal to have storms super far away from the radar site. There's always that sweet spot where you can just get perfect radar coverage, and that's what, you know, live weather coverage kind of people love. So, I mean, some of the line is actually in that sweet spot, and we do have good radar coverage for that, but some of it is, again, right next to the Fort Polk, Louisiana radar site here. So we did just get a very large new severe thunderstorm warning for DeQuincy, Reeves, and the Ryder out here in Louisiana for 60-mile-per-hour winds and penny-sized hail. This expires in the next hour, and we have another warning up to the north here for Natchitoches, as well as Montgomery, Natchez, Clarence, and Robeline and Provencal. Provincial. Is that how you say it? Provincial. I don't even know. I probably just butchered that town name, but it's all right. We only have 2 people in here anyways. Hopefully it's true that only 2 people heard me say that. Alright, news for thunderstorm warning for Orange, Texas. That should be all the way down south. You're into Louisiana, get your French ready. Oh my gosh, dude. Here we go. Oh. It's about to get wild.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
So our tornado warning continues here. For Fort Johnson North, again, the area of rotation that we're watching is right over Fort Johnson North at this point. So if you are living in Fort Johnson North or you're somehow located in that area, again, make sure you're getting into a safe spot, a substantial shelter, and wait for the storm to pass. But you want to get yourself under a stairwell, preferably underground. Again, thankfully this doesn't seem to be one of, a super
A new tornado warning
concerning
has been
tornado
issued.
warning. But you gotta take each and every one seriously, no matter how ridiculous it looks. Like, you just gotta treat it, just as you would as if it was a much more severe situation. But just to comfort people that are worried about this, it's very unlikely that this is going to produce. However, it is still definitely there. And it is actually wrapping up a little bit more. So, I'll take back what I said. Alright. And, wow. Scope is... There we go. Okay, I believe we just got a new tornado warning in Texas here. Came up on the pop-up alerts, I think. I'll have to wait until it gets put out here on scope. Alright, we're gonna switch to Radar Omega so we can see this better. Usually, yeah, Omega's much better with putting out warnings. Okay, so tornado warning in effect now for Vinton, Texas, as well as Orange. Radar indicated rotation here. Storm Chaser Ryan Scholl is currently on it. Let's look at velocities here. Oh yeah, there's definitely some tight rotation in there. Hold on, let me change the preset to Omega. There we go. This is passing over Little Cypress, Morgan Bluff, and Niblet Bluff. Again, this is where the rotation is located. Oh my gosh. That is, that's something. Anyways, I genuinely had no idea that I made my pen size that big. Anyways, it looks like Ryan Scholl is trying to get up in front of it. This is a really good spot for him, actually. The storm is going west to east, and he literally can watch it across the road in front of him on I-10. He's got to catch up with it, but he's in a good spot. Let's look at Tornado Pagey here. You can see they're getting some lightning and some rain action there. Nothing too crazy, though. And we now have another tornado warning, this time to the south here. So this is going to be south of Leesville.
A new tornado
north
warning
of
has been
Rosepine
issued.
in Louisiana here. Another tornado warning. Radar indicator rotation. Again, it looks to be for this very small area of rotation south of Fort Polk, as well as Sandy Hill, going all the way to the Cravens and Surge area. Again, we do have some strong rotation. So all of a sudden, just like that, 3 tornado warnings and 6 severe warnings. Again, that took what, like 3 minutes? However, it does appear that none of these are on the ground as of right now. So that's good. So it doesn't look like we have a debris signature on our Fort Polk storm. If we look to the south here, again near Little Cypress, we have another area of rotation that is currently warned here. This is over Echo, Toomey, and West Bluff. Let's see if radar scope has caught up with it yet. Okay, good. Honestly, we could just roll with Radar Omega the rest of the stream. Let me know what you guys wanna do. If you guys want me to just continue with radar scope throughout the rest of the stream, that's obviously fine. But if you guys do want to see if you guys do want to see the radar through Radar Omega, then do let me know. What's up, Seahawks fan? Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. But if you're just starting tuning in, we're watching our severe weather outbreak across the deep south here, producing several tornadoes potentially throughout the night, as well as wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour. We've seen very destructive winds already in southeast Texas. So, again, we just need to make sure that everyone is aware of the ongoing situation. But there are definitely some well-defined areas of rotation within this part of the line here, and that's what we need to cover. So, right into here is our area up to the north, and then to the south here, basically it's twin. These are the areas that we're watching for strong rotation. Let's look at our Texas. Okay. We do have some broad rotation actually to the north here near Deweyville. We could definitely continue to watch that. But as of right now, our tornado warning in Texas is for our part of the line here near Vinton. It doesn't look too concerning right now. Again, nothing on the ground at this point, but there is definitely a chance we do see a tornado touchdown within any of these locations. So if you're in Vinton, Texas, or Pinehurst, Orange, make sure you're getting your safe spot, as well as Vernon, and Fort Johnson, north, south, as well here in Louisiana. All the Fort Johnsons are currently under tornado warnings. Oh my gosh, textbook, dude. That is unbelievable.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
I will say, we do actually have quite a bit of precipitation at ahead of these kind of 2 areas of rotation. So I'm thinking what could happen is this could actually clog up our inflow, and that could actually diminish the overall chance of seeing a tornado.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Oh my gosh, okay, look to the south here, guys. This new scan, dude, that's very concerning. If you are in areas east of Fort Johnson South, you need to get to your shelter and safe spot right away. That is likely a tornado on the ground right now. That is an unbelievable hook echo. And there we go. Okay, so we now have a tornado in progress. A tornado is on the ground doing damage here in Fort South Texas. Or excuse me, Louisiana. That is a tornado on the ground doing damage. We now have a CC drop that lines up perfectly with velocities. And look at that reflectivity. That is an unbelievable hook echo. That is unbelievable. Wow. Okay, so again, if you know anyone in this area, please do make sure that they are
A new
aware of the
tornado warning
situation.
has been issued.
That is not something you want to see. That's as textbook as it gets, guys. That is crazy. We just got a bunch of tornado warnings, by the way. They just warned a third area of rotation to the south here. This is for areas east of Rose Pine. We looked at this earlier. Again,
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Relatively strong rotation developing out here. Okay. So again, three tornado warnings to the north. We look to the south here. We have 2 tornado warnings, one for Vinton, Texas. The new one here is just to the north of there. This is the area of broad rotation we were just looking at. This is going to be going for areas north of Vinton, like I said, in Texas, going out towards Sulphur, Louisiana. Or excuse me, that is Vinton, Louisiana. So our storms have now crossed into, completely into Louisiana and are no longer impacting Texas. But, again, tornado in progress here near Fort Johnson South. That is one of the most incredible reflectivity, presentations that we've seen in a very long time. Oh my gosh, dude, that is unbelievable. Again, tornado in progress here, doing damage. That is not good. Again, we look at our CC drop. Luckily, it doesn't look to be too deep here. This is your current CC drop right into here. If you look at the past scan, again, it seems like it's been on the ground for at least a couple of minutes. It did get actually a little bit deeper at the 9:12 scan. And then just now...
A new tornado warning has been issued.
So hopefully that means that it's weakening here, or at least it's occluding. But that is likely still on the ground here, doing damage. I just still cannot get over that hook echo. That is dreamy. Oh my gosh. That's what a QLCS tornado looks like. I mean, I figured right away once I saw it, I was like, yeah, that's gotta be on the ground. You don't see something like that without a tornado on it. So there you go. We do have now another tornado warning here for Simpson, Louisiana. We have another area of very strong rotation. You can see that we have a huge hook echo here. We look at velocities. And yeah, there is definitely some definitive rotation there. It's going to be very hard to see a debris signature. Gosh, dude, we might have something on the ground with this. Let's see if it lines up. Again, it has to be right in here. We have to see. Okay, yeah, there is likely another tornado on the ground here. This is just north of the radar site. We luckily have 2 tornadoes on the ground right now. Okay, there we go. They just pushed the south.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Fort Johnson South tornado warning has just been pushed to observed. So again, it is confirmed that we do have a tornado, a damaging tornado on the ground here. Okay, radar confirmed. Let's see. You still do have your CC drop. Let's look at reflectivity here again. Gosh. That is as textbook as it gets. Absolutely clear inflow. There's nothing stopping this, because you don't have anything out ahead of it. That is clear as day. Again, really not good stuff. We do have quite a bit of precipitation, like I said, out ahead of our area of rotation, potentially even a tornado up to the north here near Simpson. So that could be slowing it down. Again, it's very hard to tell if we have anything going on, but if you look at velocities, again, there is definitely some rotation going on in there. Our CC, again, very contaminated. It's super hard to tell in this scan, but let's see if we can even find it. Yeah, this is what I was looking at earlier. I don't know if that was a tornado. If it lines up with velocities, there's a chance that is actually a tornado. It's possible. We'll just have to see if they push this to observed. Okay, yeah, no, it is observed. So we have 2 tornadoes on the ground right now. That is a tornado. So, glad that we sniffed that out there, but, this is a tornado in progress here north of the radar site. So that was indeed a tornado, and the way we're gonna have to track it is based off of where the, hook echo is gonna be going here. So this is where your tornado is located, and it's gonna be moving up into this area. So if you're out ahead of this tornado, you gotta get in your safe spot. You gotta get into shelter. This is south of Simpson, Louisiana right now. Okay, it looks like our, tornado to the south here is trying to kind of wrap itself back into the line here. So that means the inflow is likely getting clogged up. This is likely occluding here. We'll go back down to correlation coefficient. Yeah, you can't even see a CC drop anymore, unless this is the remnants of it. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I don't think this is on the ground anymore. Again, it originated over here. It would have been tracking kind of like this. You don't even see anything yet. So, we likely do not have a tornado on the ground anymore. Again, with that part of the storm. If you look to the north, though, that we do have a tornado on the ground up here. It's very hard to tell, but this is where it would be located. Again, this is passing just north of the radar site. So this is where our other tornado is at. Really our only tornado at this point. Sorry I didn't see your message, Andrew. Radar scope is good. Okay. Yeah, honestly, we're probably just gonna chill out with radar scope at this point. Okay, if we look to the south here, still could have some pretty significant rotation west of Elizabeth, Louisiana. Let's take a look at velocities again. We haven't looked at velocities in a little bit, so there's a chance we do have some updated information. Okay, we have a new damage and wind gust as well near DeRidder. Thunderstorm wind damage reported by law enforcement, trees down, and power outages. Okay, so power is currently out in DeRidder, Louisiana, and it's due to these straight line damage and winds, and there's a chance that was caused by a tornado, but our area of rotation seems to be located in the southern kind of half of our polygon. This is where our rotation is for our previously observed tornado warning polygon. And it's now back to radar indicated. Or, I don't know if that's the same one. This one to the south says it's still observed. I don't know why that is. Okay, yeah, this is your area of rotation. And even to me, it looks still very significant there. Let's see if this has been the same one. Yeah, this is, oh my gosh, okay, so our first one here, this was our original tornado on the ground. Went all the way up and went north of the radar site. So it's actually still on the ground according to the warning all the way up here towards Simpson. But we have a different one to the south here that's also turning north, which is a completely separate one. And the warning polygon for it is radar indicated. But then the warning to the south is observed. So it's very hard to tell if we do have a tornado on the ground. But, yeah, you can't even see anything on CC. Again, these storms are just coming in so fast. It's very hard to see if we do have
A new tornado
in
warning
progress.
has been issued.
Great stream yet again, bro. Great job. I gotta run. Gotta work the night phones in 10 minutes. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, Andrew, and I appreciate you so much for the $100 donation. Again, that really means a lot, all the support you've given me, but peace out. Thank you for tuning in. So again, that's the current situation with our massive tornado warnings up here in
A
Louisiana.
new tornado warning has been
And
issued.
we might have another tornado on the ground. Shoot. Let's see here. Okay. Alright, I don't know. I think that's just contamination. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything. There's a chance we might have had a brief tornado, but I don't think we have a tornado on that southern one. And then we still do have our 2 tornado warnings here near Lake Charles. Currently they are both radar indicated, I believe. Let's look at velocities here. Again, you can see we still do have some pretty tight rotation on both of these. But there's nothing super concerning at the moment. So obviously we'll continue to watch them, but as of right now, again, nothing wild. See here. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. We're trying to get the stream to as many people as possible. Again, the whole purpose is to make sure that everyone is aware and prepared for the situation. Right now it's 8:24, so you know not everyone's going to bed just yet. But again, there still could be people eating dinner, and you're getting a rude awakening by all these tornado warnings that are getting put out. I mean, we now have 5 tornado warning polygons up to the north here. So, gosh, okay. Still radar indicated on our southern one here. At this point,
A new
velocities
tornado warning
are
has
very
been
kinda
issued.
Jumbled. They're not really impressive. If we were to see something, it would be up here. Don't think. I mean, I really don't expect us to see a CC drop out of this. No. Okay, nothing out there. To the north. This still says observed. I don't know why it is, because we can't really see anything from that. I mean, there's really no kinks in the line either. I mean, you really can't
A
even
new
see any,
tornado
any
warning
flow on
has been
this.
issued.
So, again, I'm not the National Weather Service, but I really don't know why this is still observed, so we'll have to obviously continue to watch that. Gosh, there's just so many tornado warnings. We have 7 right now. It's hard to kind of keep track of everything, but we're doing our best. Again, this is where the possible tornado would be tracking right now, just south of the radar site. Right into here. Alright. There we go. Going up to the north here, this is towards Simpson. This warning still says observed here. This tornado will be near LeCamp at 8:20. Yeah, this was observed at 8:15, so 9:15 Eastern here. Yeah, I don't see anything crazy. Okay, so I apologize to do this in such an active time, but I do have to eat dinner. I'm going to keep the stream running, and the pop-up alerts will give you guys an idea of what's going on. So I really do apologize that I have to do this right now, but I do actually have to eat dinner. I will try and make this as fast as possible, but I'm going to leave the stream running. And I really do apologize.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Alrighty, chat, I'm back. I apologize for that. I had to eat dinner really fast. That took like 7 minutes, I think. I don't know, it was really short. But we are back here. Again, it looks like for the most part, again, we are done with the current tornadic activity, meaning that we don't have any tornadoes on the ground right now. Alrighty, chat, I'm back. Oops. I apologize for that. Anyways. Tornado warning remains in effect here for Sulphur, Prane, and Lake Charles, Louisiana here, all the way out towards Moss Bluff, and then to the north. We're talking about a tornado warning here for areas to the north of Elizabeth. That just disappeared on me as soon as I got to the warning. It just decided it's gonna spawn out, dude, or despawn. But again, it doesn't look like we have anything too crazy right now. We do have some rotations still, trying to develop just a little bit southeast of the radar site, but, again, nothing too wild. W Stream Bro, thank you so much. NATO Aaron. It's good to see you in here. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. We're trying to get this stream to as many people as possible. Alright. So, going back south here, let's see if we have anything on the CC. Yeah, nothing on our correlation coefficient yet, so it doesn't appear that we have anything on the
A new
right
tornado
now,
warning has been issued.
to the south here. So, again, this is the current reflectivity presentation. Gosh, dude. The amount of times that we've seen something like this today is absurd, but we have another textbook hook echo coming out of this part of the cell. This is exactly what we saw when all of a sudden we got a bunch of tornadoes to develop in the northern part of the line there. We saw something that looked exactly like this. So that doesn't mean that we are going to see a damaging tornado right away here, but that's just a very, serious sign there that something big is trying to get going there. So that is something we really need to watch out for. Everything to the north looks pretty disorganized, and then you go all the way north to our other 2 tornado warnings here. So at this point we're down to 4, I believe. Yeah, we're down to 4 here. And again, you can see things are a little bit less organized up here too. But we still do have a little bit of rotation. That's, again, allowing for those tornado warnings to remain in effect. But this is what we're watching down here. Again, relatively strong rotation going on. I would not be shocked if we do see a tornado here within the next 5 minutes. So I would say a tornado is definitely imminent. Again, that is just textbook there. Next scan looks very impressive as well. I mean, this has been rotating and rotating. I mean, look at that. It's just been recycling. But as soon as the inflow cleared out, bam. That's just insane. So it turns out we didn't get a new scan. But we'll get one here in a second. So right now it's 8:37 Central, 9:37 Eastern. We haven't gotten a scan in 3 minutes, so we should get one soon, and there we go. Alright, let's take a look. What's it gonna look like? Okay, thankfully this looks a little bit less... Okay, no. This is what we're looking at here. Yeah, you could say it does look a little bit less organized. Still very impressive, though. Hopefully this bit of precipitation out in front of it is kind of clogging the inflow here. So right now it's not, again, on the ground, nothing is confirmed, and it doesn't appear that we have a definitive CC drop, so that's good. All right. Hey, thank you so much, Alan, for the $25 donation. Appreciate it, dude. You have given me so much support. I really do want to make sure that you understand how much not only me, but Davis, Levi, Jesse, how much they all appreciate you. I mean, all the support. It's just incredible. So thank you so much for that. But spam those W Allens in the chat, and W Andrew as well earlier for the $100 donation. Just unbelievable stuff. Absolutely killing it. So once again, really do appreciate all of the.
A new tornado warning has been
support.
issued.
Again, donations are not required, but are highly appreciated. Again, we're watching this hook echo here as it tries to develop. Looks like we did just get a new tornado warning here to the north for this bit of rotation near Sulphur and Carless. So definitely gotta watch out for that there. So at this point we should have 4 tornado warnings. And we look at our severe warnings here.
A new tornado
So
warning
we only
has been
have
issued.
one considerable. Let's take a look at that. Okay, that's actually to the south here. If we look at our reflectivity again, you can see very impressive outflow here. So yeah. Oops. Apologize about that. Just fling the mic around. Why did YouTube change their mod thingy? I don't know. I personally don't like it. I like the wrench better. I don't like the shield, but I guess it makes sense because it's like a protection kind of thing. Like the mods are supposed to protect the chat. I like the wrench though because it's, I don't know, it just looks better, but I guess they just felt like it needed a better purpose. Still watching this area of rotation. Nasty hook echo here. Very tight rotation. Approaching the Lake Charles radar site here. Alright, again, right now we have 5 tornado warnings. We have 2 down here in southeast Louisiana, and then we got 3 up here into the Fort Polk area in, Louisiana as well. Again, look at all these separate areas of rotation. All of these have the potential to produce tornadoes within the next 10 minutes. And beyond, obviously. If we look at our spectrum width, this red line here with purple and pink, that is kind of the front edge of our line here. So this is basically the position of where our line is at right now. Is this black line. Exactly. The rent looked better, but the shield does make more sense. That's the best way to put it, I'd say. Reminds me of Minecraft. It's interesting. The problem with this is that it's going to be so hard to spot a CC drop whenever we are so close to radar. It's very tough in this specific event because not only is it super close to radar on the southern side, but if you look to the north, it's no different. I mean, just look at that. That's difficult. Trying to tell if we got something going on here. Oh, we might have a tornado on the ground. Okay, so let's see. Oh my gosh, yeah, this up to the north here. We likely have 2 tornadoes on the ground potentially. Let's look at what towns are out here. Okay, this is approaching Forest Hill and Woodworth. We likely have a tornado on the ground here. Let's see if this lines up with velocities. Yep. Okay, so tornado warning, or excuse me, tornado on the ground. This is currently in a radar indicated tornado warning. So the tornado warning says that there's no tornado in progress, but you can see that there is a debris signature, lines up perfectly with the velocities, and you can see even to the south potentially if this is a tornado, debris signature, then we may have twins. We look at the next scan, and you can see the southern one is still there. I think they just updated it. You can barely see the northern one anymore.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Yeah, there's no way that was just placed there somehow. I mean, I guess there is a chance that was contamination, but there is a very high chance that there was indeed a tornado on the ground there.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
So we might have just had a brief spin up for a couple of minutes. Yeah, look at that, dude. 2 areas of nasty rotation. Absolutely unreal. We keep getting the same picture over and over again. It's these unbelievable looking hook echoes. Squat lines can be, or at least QLCS events can be some of the most, pleasing to look at least from a radar standpoint. Live real cam Louisiana. Alright, I'm trying to see if we have any rail cams here. None that are in the path of these tornado warnings. See, a lot of these are in like the northern U.S. Alright, whatever. I'll quit screwing around with that. Anyways. 2 areas of very strong rotation continue. There is a chance we just had a brief tornado, and potentially even 2 brief tornadoes. Again, you can see very tight rotation developing in there. Obviously, something we need to continue to watch very closely. Approaching Glenmora and Forest Hill. Another area of rotation about 50 miles south of Lake Charles. Alright. Let's see. Oh yeah, I do see that. We do have some, potentially even strong rotation. Quite a few miles south of Lake Charles here, west of Cameron. Thank you, Caleb, for pointing that out there. Nothing in progress. It looks like our, part of the storm impacting Lake Charles right now is becoming outflow dominant, which is a really good thing. You never want to see this tighten up, but it's becoming more broad here because the outflow winds are kind of taking advantage, or, taking control, I should say. I don't know how you can have a set of winds taking advantage of the storm. It doesn't make any sense. But if we do have any rotation, it's gonna be somewhere in here. For areas to the south. What radar software are you using? I am using Radar Scope. It probably looks different because I changed my color tables. But yeah, this is Radar Scope. Okay, this part of the line up to the north looks a little bit less concerning based off of reflectivity. If we look at velocities here, you still do have very strong rotation, very tight rotation as well. That's the concerning part, at least, is the rotation. It's very hard to tell if we have anything on the ground. I don't think we have anything on the ground right now, but I still do think there's a chance that that mini debris signature I talked about earlier, that there's still a chance that was actually a tornado in progress. Looks good. Thank you, dude. I figured why not test it out on stream. I was kind of sick and tired and bored of the, regular old ones. So I figured why not spice it up and change it. But I like it. I think it looks pretty good. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. Also, please do consider donating. If we get one more donation, I will set up the dono board, and we'll put you guys' names on stream. So if you do end up dropping a donation again, which is not at all required but greatly appreciated, then I will throw up the
A
donation.
new tornado warning has been issued.
So that'll be fun. Okay, we have a new tornado warning here. This is for Pollock, Dry Prong, Boyce, and Colfax in Louisiana here. Radar indicator rotation. And it looks like it's for this pocket of rotation here. Not too strong, but definitely pretty tight here to the south.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
I really doubt it. Yeah, nope. So at this point, we're up to five tornado warnings. We've been pretty active so far this stream. We've officially hit 3 hours live, so this is easily the longest live stream of 2026. Dude, this may actually end up being one of the most longest live streams of 2026, and it's only February. Because in 2025, I think the longest I did was like 5 hours. You know what? I just realized I went live for 3 hours a lot in 2025. But hey, I mean, it's more coverage. So the more the better. Alright. What's up, Finn's Flash Weather? Thank you for tuning in. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Also consider leaving a donation.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Back down here towards Glenmora. Nothing crazy. Observed? Oh boy. I wonder if that is for our Glenmora storm. Let's see here. Scope is taking a while to update, per usual. Alright, screw it, we're going back to Omega. Let's see, okay, Radar Omega. Show us what you got. So it's not to the south, okay, so it's one of these. Where do you see observed, Caleb? I don't see it on any of our... Oh wait, there we go. Okay, so we now have a tornado warning, or excuse me, a tornado in progress near Glenmora. So, I think what happened was this touched down and then maybe it lifted, and then touched down again. Right now here in, Glenmora. And again, this is in Louisiana right now, so tornado in progress. If you're just now tuning in, we have a tornado on the ground here, moving through the Glenmora and Oakdale area here, in Louisiana. This is crossing Highway 165, as we speak. Okay. Oops. There we go. I'm 13. I just got banned from doing live streams because it thinks I'm under 13. Oh gosh. That happens a lot.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
In Lake Charles. All right, let's see it. I'm sure this has happened. I'm sure this is similar to what's happened in the past hour. Oh man. Look at that, guys. That is incredible. So, big time inflow starting to develop here on our Lake Charles cell. Or part of the storm, I should say. This is not its own individual supercell. But we do have a tornado on the ground. Again, going through the Glenmora area and Forest Hill. So this is where your tornado is located. Again, going over McNary into this kind of area here. Yeah, pretty incredible bow echo as well. Alright, let's see. So again, tornado on the ground here. In the Glenmore, Louisiana area. Let's go back to velocities. Take a look. This will give us a good, almost a gooder, a good idea of where our tornado's at. I mean, it's just so hard to point it out. I don't know. Let's take a look at the warning. It says radar confirmed. That's interesting. I don't know how they spotted that. I mean, clearly they're looking at something that I can't see right now. We do have some very broad but strong inflow, or broad rotation but strong inflow trying to get going near Oberlin. Definitely got to keep an eye on that. Oh, wow. Very strong pocket of winds. I mean, this is likely destructive winds coming out of the Lake Charles, Louisiana radar site. We're talking about wind gusts of potentially 70 to 80 mile an hour winds. And trust me, we are not seeing 116 mile per hour winds. You don't get 116 mile an hour straight line damaging winds. Maybe once in like 10 years with like the most incredible wind events ever. But like, no. How do you get the moving sentences at the bottom? So I use OBS. I'm sure all of you guys do. I do the scrolling text feature. I don't know how I set that up, but that's how I made it kind of go across the screen like that. So, it's not, I don't think it's that hard to set up. I think it's actually pretty easy, especially just because OBS is, like, once you use it for the first time, you just pick it up. You get the hang of it right away. So, yeah. But we're certainly talking about a very strong pocket of winds. We're talking about likely 70 to 80 mile an hour winds. That's what I'm kind of estimating here. Thankfully, the Lake Charles portion of the storm seems to be mostly outflow down. Oh, wait, no, I see something. We might be picking out a mesovort here. We might just be picking out a mesovort. A mesovort is a very small spin-up tornado within a, destructive windbag, basically is what we're trying to say. And I do think that it is possible we see that. But yeah, you can see almost immediately this part of the storm is completely outflow dominant. Look at, first of all, look at the hook, or excuse me, not the hook echo, the bow echo here. Absolutely unbelievable there. Again, all the inflow is pretty much gone at this point, but this is all
A
straight
new
line
tornado
winds.
warning has been issued.
Very strong outflow coming into this. This is an outflow dominant part of the storm. However, if you look to the north, where you see the more, well-defined kinks in the line, that's where you have serious rotation. And again, we do have potentially a tornado on the ground in the Elmora area, although I can't really see it that well. Alright. So unfortunately, I do have to end off my stream now. I know it's probably awful timing, but I do have to go do a lot of stuff tonight. So that's gonna wrap the video, or excuse me, the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button below if you haven't already. Make sure you also do consider leaving a donation. Again, I apologize for leaving on kind of a on short notice, but also on a kind of interesting note here. I will send you guys over. Let's see. Before I head up, I'm going to try to do this as fast as I can. I'm going to send you guys over to my good friend, Mr. Twister, Chase. He is currently doing a live stream, and I'm going to see if I can do a redirect. Let's see. There we go. Save. Alrighty. So, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.